better. I knew better.
Happens to us all at least once.
Happens to me way too often. I thought,
Good evening, good evenings. Good evenings, Radas. Oh, this brisk wind is waking me up. It just feels good, man. It feels so good. Oh, man. So, I am on my way to a bike night at Cycle Gear. I've only been to one or two at this particular location. It's a newer spot, so they're still doing. I can still fit. Thank you. It's a newer location, so they haven't had many. But they're pretty cool, so I'm gonna go check it out, see who's out here, show some love. Oh man, I'm a little tired. Not sleepy, just tired. Like when your just body's kind of like weary. I just got off work. Wasn't supposed to be working this week. I called in. Shout out to my homeboy Mills. Hopefully he gets better soon. So yeah, I got called in. Had to work a couple extra days. So I desperately needed to get out on two and get riding or whatever. And stretch out. Go see some friends. Much needed little break. But yeah, man. Shout out to everybody that came back and checked out the videos. We're back at it again. With that, you know what it is. We in the field. What's up, little man? So, man, what a week. It's been real cool, man. Like I said, besides all the crazy work I've been doing, went ahead and just on a whim, I was checking YouTube, catching up with all my favorite motovloggers, and one in particular, shout out to the homie Red One Motovlogs. If you haven't already followed them, you best go do that. Always has some of the most entertaining vlogs out there. He mentioned on the one I happened to catch that they were having a meetup, and it's been a minute since I've been to a meetup. I thought to myself and said, why the heck not? So it was all motovloggers. They were going to be out in what area was that? Out in Orange, which is about an hour, 2 hours away from here. So I just got done finishing up at 12, 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. And the thing was going down at 8 p.m. So, hopped in the ride, drove this time because it was so late, and it was pouring. It was raining sideways down this mug. Also, shout out prayers to everybody up in NorCal. I know y'all having it rough. We went through our little stage of rain down here. I know other states get real rain like this all the time. It's Cali, man. I don't know what to tell y'all. But yeah, they're having flooding and stuff up there. But it was raining like that down here. It was real crazy. And so I drove out there for about. Man, I was booking it because I got through that in about an hour and a half. I think my GPS told me it'd be closer to 2. So, yeah, your boy was serious about getting out there. So yeah, I went out to Orange, got to kick it with so many motovloggers, man. It sucks if I miss a couple names, forgive me. Shout out to Undercover Biker X. Cali Girl Rider, Snowcat was up in the building, what's good? Room Dan, Rude Ruby, of course the homie, Randic One, sponsored rider from MotoMilitant. Man. Oh, Warbeard was in the building. It was good. So yeah, like I said, so many cool people though. So many cool people. We got a big group photo. Go check it out on Red One's Instagram. I believe it's Red One Motovlogs on Instagram. Go check that out. This is a dope picture. But it was so much fun, man. It was real chill. Everybody had a great time. We got to laughing, exchanging stories, talking about each other's bikes, you know, the whole nine. And it wasn't just motovloggers. A lot of some fans came out too, some newbies, you know, like myself. I still consider myself pretty new to the game. I mean, some of these dudes' followers got comments to them, so, you know, by comparison, get there one day. Get there one day. Brother gotta have dreams. Yeah, but anyhow, what else is going on? One thing I wanted to talk about, one TV show that I've been kind of hooked on the last couple of days. When you do two 12-hour shifts back to back, like we did during the night, you get real bored. And I jumped on Hulu, and I got to watch the first 2 episodes of the new series Legion. And I don't know if any of you were following this joint. And I was looking for some new TV shows to watch, which is weird because also, side note, The Walking Dead is back on and nobody seems to be talking about it. I don't know what happened. I don't know if everybody just jumped off the bandwagon, if it had a flat. I don't know what happened, but nobody is literally talking about The Walking Dead to the point where I didn't even realize it was on again. And when we did find out we were missing a couple episodes, my wife and I, who both had been addicted to the show, didn't seem to be that bothered by the idea. So maybe, I don't know, man, I might be done. I might be done with that one, which is sad because I really enjoyed that show. Anyhow, back to Legion. So, watching this show, and if you know anything about me, if you've seen any of the previous motovlogs, I'm a big comic book head. I'm big, you know, superheroes, comic books, video games, you know, anime, the whole thing. Straight up otaku. I care less how people feel about that. So when they said they're doing a TV show based on the little-known X-Men character, Legion, I was like, okay, let's see what they do. Now, mind you, this is Fox. It's FX, so FX has a little bit more leeway and can do some like wilder stuff, but that doesn't necessarily make it a good thing. Less restriction isn't always good, especially when it comes to Fox. Fox has made some great X-Men related movies. Logan seems to be killing it when it comes to reviews and stuff, so I'm excited about that. Deadpool, you know, has lots of fans. Very few detractors. Like, if you knew what you was going into, if you knew what you were signing up for, I think you really enjoyed yourself. If you walked in there not knowing, or you messed around and brought your kids, please don't bring your kids to see Deadpool. You got shocked. Shocked. But, yeah, so they had those, and then they did stuff like Age of Apocalypse, the first Wolverine movie. So they're you know, double-edged sword, right? So I didn't know what I was getting into. I didn't know how it was going to turn out. But once I checked it out, I really, really enjoyed it. Partly because they handled it differently. It's not a normal, like, X-Men type show. For those of you who don't know, Legion is about a character named David Haller, who, in the comic books, as far as we know, is the son of Professor X. He is considered one of the most powerful mutants in the world. So powerful, in fact, that he has multiple personality disorder, and each one of those personalities has an individual power basically associated with that personality. Now, that could go all kinds of crazy ways. It could be a great show. It could be a terrible show. You know, it could just be a straight up garbage fire. Fortunately, they decided to go a route that I wasn't expecting. They went the route of, this guy thinks he's nuts. Like, he thinks he has some kind of like mental disease. He thinks he's schizophrenic. He's in a mental home. He's being treated for hallucinations and schizophrenia and all kinds of other stuff. And he thinks he's nuts, which is interesting because at the time, we don't know what time frame this show takes place in. But basically how it runs down is that he doesn't realize that he's a mutant. He just thinks he's hallucinating. And in reality, he's actually a telepath who can see into people's minds. And because he can see into people's minds, because he can read their thoughts, because he can hear voices, he thinks he hears voices that are inside his own head, and in actuality, he's just reading people's thoughts. And beyond that, and going through this for so long, he may have actually caused himself to go crazy because he wasn't able to accept the fact that maybe this is a gift. And that's one of the core premises of it. Eventually, he does a thing in the first episode that builds the overarching story of like people looking for him. There's actual villains and bad guys. Sorry, had to rev that up a little bit. There's actual, villains and whatnot in the story that come later on down the road. But the main premise is this whole idea of, what if you think you're insane? What if you think you're crazy? And you're not. What if, in fact, you just have this gift that you're unaware of? And so there's this whole weird situation where this guy now, on top of having this gift, on top of having it for so long and not realizing what it is, that he may have actually caused himself to be crazy, that the show has actually taken this weird stance of like basically switching around how images and the story is played out, where you don't actually know whether or not what you're seeing is actually happening or part of his delusion, or is it just his powers kicking in. You don't ever really know. So to a degree, you actually think you're crazy too. So I really like it. It's pretty cool. So yeah, I watched the first 2 episodes of that. I'm probably gonna watch the 3rd episode sometime tonight. But yeah, I'd like to see what you guys think. What are you watching right now? Are you watching anything new that's catching your eye, catching your attention? Is there anything out there I should be, paying attention to? Any new shows popping up? What are you looking forward to? And if you like this type of stuff, if you like hearing me talk about, all kinds of crazy geekdom, video games, movies. Oh, who's this? What's up? Okay, down ass. What's good? What's good, man? What's good, man?
What's going on?
You going to bike night?
Yeah, you know where it's at?
Huh?
You know where it's at?
Yeah, I got the general area.
It says it's right over there, but I don't know how.
Yeah, it's kind of small. You'll be able to spot it. It's right around the corner over here.
Yeah.
If you want, you can follow me. So yeah, I guess I'm heading to bike night, man. I'll holler at all y'all soon. Take care, God bless. Enjoy the ride, and of course, as always, I'll see all of y'all in the field. You want to race? Bye. Ride safe, okay? Y'all have a good night.